get there, but at the end of the day, it takes a while for a team to have the chemistry and the confidence to get deep into the NBA playoffs. It's not easy. But he's also going to be, Ray Allen is going to be looking to talk with the Clippers, Spurs, and, yeah, like I've already stated, the Warriors and the Cavs. So that's interesting to see Ray Allen. I've always liked this game. I prefer the three-point shot when I play, so, it's definitely, yeah. Jeremy Evans could help Indiana's depth, but he also only a $1.2 million deal, so could be brought out and waived easily. More on Dallas cap clearing trade to Indiana. Wizards add Jason Smith, kind of an average player, but he would do really good with the screens and with Wall, and it's interesting to see how this is a shocker. Spurs deal Dow to the Jazz. To make room for Paul Gasol, San Antonio dealt their electric forward to the Jazz on Wednesday. Paul Gasol in San Antonio? You know what that means. You know that Tim Duncan may be on the way out. But, Paul Gasol's been in the league for a while, too. But, how much more longer can Tim Duncan go? Them knees got to be giving up. And you could see those big knee pads he'd be wearing when he played. But it's, when you love the game, you love the game, He's probably in his, 19th or 20th? It's just ridiculous. Anyways, like we talked about with the Wade going to Chicago, Wade thinking about the Cavs. This is before he made his decision. This Dwayne Wade free agency stuff may be passed, and this is NBA CBS. Past the point to no return for the Miami Heat. The idea of Wade taking a dramatic pay cut, deciding to play with LeBron James on the Cleveland Cavaliers is gaining steam, and could be the way for Wade to avenge the way he feels about Pat Riley is treating him in negotiations. But that obviously did not take place. He went to the Chicago Bulls. And Dirk Nowitzki, sticking with Mavs, obviously. I don't ever see him going anywhere else. At the end of the day, he's won a championship with Dallas, so he doesn't have that pressure of not winning an NBA championship with the team that has drafted him, or the team that he's been with for a long time. So he's good. Real good. Ronald Henderson goes to Philly. Don't even know who that is. Roy Hibbert headed to Charlotte. I like Roy Hibbert. I like his game. Alright, so here we go. We got some good news here too. Well, not good, but just news. Seth Curry, not Steph Curry, Seth Curry, agrees to join Dallas. The other Curry, Seth Curry, also had a good Monday after Stephen Curry got Kevin Durant to join him in the Bay Area. His brother Seth Curry agreed to join the Dallas Mavericks. So the brother is still in the Western Conference. Like we've stated, Kevin Durant, big news. This is what it's just the big topic of this episode. Alongside with Dwayne Wade, signs with the Chicago Bulls. Kevin Durant, a 2-year contract worth $54.3 million with the Golden State Warriors. Wow. Big shocker to me. Now, like I've stated, I'm neutral about this. I kind of was hoping he'd go to Miami or stay in Oklahoma. But what interests me is that he is joining a team that is already stacked. Already stacked. And with that bitter taste of losing the NBA Finals, being up 3-1, the funny the funny thing about it is I saw this meme on Facebook, or was it Instagram? Either way. It had LeBron James and Kyrie Irving. And it said, now these two players that are together, they both blew a 3-1 lead with Kevin Durant and Stephen Curry. It's true. I mean, Oklahoma City had a 3-1 lead advantage in the Western Conference Finals against Golden State, and then, Golden State had a 3-1 lead in the NBA Finals, and then Cleveland Cavaliers made history and came back and won it. So now they're both on the same team. So I thought that was funny. I had to add that in there. But does this make them better? Or does this make them weaker? Now, how could this make them weaker, right? But where I want to get with that is when you add an all-star to a team that already has a couple all-stars, like you saw what happened with Cleveland Cavaliers, what their first year, they did well, but they didn't win. An injury problem. I believe that the players around them and when you come to a new team, you want to try so hard to do so great and be so dominant. Will this mess up Golden State's chemistry? Will it? I don't know. But all I know is that Golden State now could become a dynasty. Or they could come to the NBA Finals again. Go to the NBA Finals again. Now, what does it mean if they go to the NBA Finals and they lose with Kevin Durant? At $25 million a year, over $25 million, about 23, 22, right out the door, or $27 million. Because that's what it comes down to. Because each organization, each team, at least I hope so, or maybe for some of them it's just to make the playoffs, but the ultimate goal is to get to the NBA Finals and win the championship. I mean, that's what you play for. That's what you coach for. That's what your ownership and your lead office, that's the main goal. But not every team can do it. There's only one team that can do it a year. So, moving on just a little bit. So basically, my feelings are mutual for all of the players that have decided to go elsewhere. Kevin Durant, good luck to you. I will state this. It would have been nice to see you stay in Oklahoma City. But then again, I understand. I understand championships is where it's at. And if you're not with the right team, you're not with the right organization, it's not going to happen. Not going to happen. And of course, fans have every right to be upset. But burning jerseys and burning shoes of these athletes is just uncalled for. And one reason that stands out in my mind and in my heart is that you could donate those clothes. You can donate those shoes to someone that may need them. But no, you went ahead and burned them. It might not be, you might be so prideful about your team, but then again, you didn't even consider other people that are devastated. But we're gonna go ahead and move on. Heat. What did the Heat do with Whiteside now, just sitting there, confused, really? But and Joe Johnson. Miami's going to be starting from scratch again. And it's going to be interesting to see if they can even make the playoffs next year without that star caliber player in the lineup, Dwayne Wade. So, I don't know, but there's going to be a lot of... The conspiracy is that Russell Westbrook is on his way out of Oklahoma City and he might go to Miami. With his passion and personality, he might fit very well in Miami, or he might be a big distraction. Now, this is what gets me as I go through these. Tim Duncan to retire. The San Antonio Spurs may be without their icon next season, as Tim Duncan leaning strongly towards retirement. Might be done. And that's why Spurs are focused on Gasol. And with the pickup of Dwayne Dedmon with that energy, Spurs are moving in a different direction. It's interesting to see how it's all going to pan out next year. It's interesting. Rondo. Everybody knows Rondo from the Boston Celtics era. Replaces Rose in Chicago. I don't know what to think about that. With the serious knee problems and different things, both caliber players, I don't know. I don't know how Rose is going to do in New York. Yeah, I don't know right now. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how it all works out. It's interesting, Dwight Howard being a part of the Atlanta Hawks and Horford to the Boston Celtics. And it's interesting, part of the reason Al Horford went to Boston, he had no interest in teaming up with Dwight Howard. I don't blame him. Dwight Howard's a crybaby. Dwight Howard is a traitor completely. And the reason why I say that, now I know that I've been talking about how it's a business and players want to go to teams that have a chance to win championships. I understand all that. But what Dwight Howard did to the Orlando Magic, saying, "Oh, I'm loyal to my team. I'm going to stick it out, we're going to go to the playoffs year after year, da da da." And to go to LA after a back surgery and to sign with LA, disgusted. Just disgusted. So, I have nothing else to say about Dwight Howard. I feel about Dwight Howard how like Mike feels about LeBron James. Times 20. So, let's just make that clear. Dwight Howard, you're just... Ugh. Alright, anyways. Mavs agree to give Barnes max deal. Harris Barnes from the Golden State Warriors, he played very well throughout the time that he was in Golden State. He's a very key player. I was actually hoping that he would come to the Magic, but you know what? We got Serge Ibaka. So we are loaded this year. We also got Bamba from Raptors. At least I think that's his name. Some of these guys' names I can't pronounce, so forgive me. But, I did like Victor Oladipo. But then again, we needed a inside blocking presence. And now we got two. But Magic still got a lot of